Trump is mandating that people prove their citizenship before they cast a vote in the future. Check it out.
This morning, a new executive order from President Trump could overhaul U.S. elections. The executive order requires people to prove their citizenship when they register to vote in federal elections. Right now, federal law requires voters to swear under penalty of perjury that they are citizens and eligible to vote. Voting rights groups are concerned the requirement could disenfranchise people.
Democrats have fought this. They think it will cut down on voter turnout. It will suppress the vote. Fewer people will be able to get to the polls.
Election law experts question whether President Trump has the authority to make the changes. His order is likely to face legal challenges. Trump is also demanding that all ballots be received by election.
Why are we so against? And it's only one party. It's only one party. Election fraud, in my opinion, I believe, is rampant. It is absolutely rampant. And I also believe that is one of many reasons why they were trying to get people inside of this country that's not supposed to be there. It's because it helps for them to maintain power. And why would anybody, listen, I need an ID to check into a hotel room. I got to have a passport or an enhanced license to go to Mexico or to go to Canada. To go anywhere outside of the country, I have to have a passport. To get back into the country, I need a passport. To drive a vehicle, I need a driver's license. To get a job. A lot of people watched the vlog yesterday where I got led into the Pistons facility, and that's when I was down there trying to figure out what seats I'm going to get and all of that other stuff, right? And in order to get in the door as a visitor, I was required to provide a form of identification. I had to prove that I was who I was before I could even get in the door. And that's after I walked through the metal detectors and everything like that. So if we are making a determination for who's going to be the leader of the free world, let alone your governor, your mayor, your city council members, your aldermen, your Senate, House representatives, if we are going to make a determination for the most important decisions that is going to affect all Americans, I'm not really sure why it's an issue for people to have to prove citizenship. How does you proving citizenship disenfranchise you? It actually empowers you because it shows that the people that have the biggest vested interest are the ones that's determining what's going on in the country, let alone what's going on in your local, state, and city governments. And every single turn, at every turn, and this is just real, Democrats are 100% evil in their dedication to making sure that they completely tear apart this country. Anyways, in addition to that, two young boys, these YNs, y'all know y'all doing a J Money Challenge? I see y'all doing a J Money Challenge. I see women all over the internet saying stuff like, yo, these young boys is getting it. I seen women on the internet say that they are now turning to talk to YNs because the YNs be getting money. Well, this is one of the ways they get it, and this is the ways they're getting caught.
Frightening video of a robbery in Westchester County. A group of men smashing their way through a jewelry store and taking off with about $1.7 million worth of stolen goods.
The crime happening a few months ago, but today a break-in the case. There's been a break in the case, and 2 people have been charged in the robbery. The video, more than disturbing.
Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis live at the courthouse in White Plains. Marcus?
And Sade and Bill, today the owner of that jewelry store declined comment, but that video shows just the moments of sheer terror as that smash and grab robbery was taking place. Today, 2 of the 4 suspects arrested. They appeared a short time ago in federal court here in White Plains. It's named Tarrytown Jewelers, but it sits in a strip mall in Hartsdale. Business as usual today. But this was the terrifying scene last year. 4 masked suspects breaking through the front window in a smash and grab robbery. The violence leaves a customer cowering in fear, briefly moved out of the way so that one of the intruders can get to the jewelry and display counters. The loot carried out in bags to a waiting vehicle. Court documents contain surveillance images that show the suspects in New Jersey on December 16th, the morning a Jeep was reported stolen. stolen. A couple of hours later, the suspects are seen exiting the vehicle with sledgehammers. Within seconds, they're inside the store. According to the federal complaint, the thieves made off with $1.7 million in jewelry, rings,
and sold it for $90,000, and they split it 4 ways. Sold it for $80,000 and split it 4 ways. Got $20,000 a piece, and boy was they up. They went straight to Atlanta, straight to the jewelry store, got them some chains. You know what I'm saying? Got them a couple bottles, a section, and now they in these bracelets, these metal bracelets.
necklaces, and earrings. The bulk of the haul, 70 Rolex watches worth over $1 million alone. An FBI task force arrested 26-year-old Kevin Williams and 24-year-old Byron Wilson, who prosecutors say posed for pictures with stacks of cash after allegedly selling some of the jewelry in Manhattan's Diamond District. The acting U.S. attorney for the Southern District stating, today's arrest should make clear that if you commit such brazen and dangerous crimes in this district, we will find you and hold you responsible. For both suspects from Irvington, New Jersey, they're being held without bail, charged with conspiracy to commit robbery and robbery. They're also under investigation for possible connection to similar robberies in Nassau County.
One thing you can always guarantee, one thing that you can always guarantee from an ignorant hood dude is that they are always going to tell on themselves, which is going to lead to their arrest. And they're always going to tell on their friends once they get that pressure and they start looking at the football numbers. You ain't T Grizzly. You are not T Grizzly. You're not going to come out of prison and then they're going to do a rap song about you on your first day out. You're not going to get rich. You're not going to do none of that. You're going to go to jail. You're going to go to prison. You're going to absolutely 100% be dropping the soap. And you're going to be doing all that. You're going to be forced to join a gang. We need Scare Straight. Remember that? Remember when they used to have that program with Scare Straight where they used to bring the young boys in there and then they would have the inmates like scaring them and talking to them? Maybe that don't even work no more. I don't know. Maybe the program didn't do as good in the ratings as we wanted it to. But there will be no parade for you. Think about it like this, because you can look at the money stack and you can look at them posing for the money and all of that stuff, right? And you'll think that, oh, man, they really getting to it. Man, I really want that life. You about to put yourself in jail for 10 years over $20,000 and doing the money challenge. And they're going to tell on themselves on it because they can't help themselves. Just as important as the money is the clout. Just as important as the money, they need them Instagram followers. They got to have them Instagram followers. All right? And then last but not least, a ceasefire in the Black Sea between Russia and Ukraine. They both agreed to eliminate the use of force. Check it out.
Russia and Ukraine have a new deal aimed at limiting certain military strikes. The White House says both countries agreed to eliminate using force in the Black Sea and work toward ending strikes against energy facilities. Meanwhile, Russia carried out new drone strikes in Kyiv overnight. ABC's Patrick Reevell is following the latest from London. Patrick, this is not the full ceasefire President Trump wants Vladimir Putin to accept, but what does this mean in terms of making progress toward that?
Hi, Dan. Yeah, just in the last hour or so, the White House has put out statements based on the results of these talks that have taken place in the last couple of days in Saudi Arabia between the U.S. and Russia and between the U.S. and Ukraine. And it appears that Russia and Ukraine have basically agreed to stop strikes on shipping in the Black Sea. They also say that they are going to be working on measures to try and enforce this 30-day pause on strikes on energy infrastructure that Vladimir Putin said he was going to agree to a week ago, but so far has not really been observed by either side. But I think what this is really is it actually resurrects a deal that was agreed and brokered by the United Nations with Turkey back in 2022, where Russia basically agreed to stop striking cargo ships going from Ukrainian ports and basically lift its naval blockade to allow, in particular, grain shipments to leave from Ukraine, because Ukraine is a crucial provider of food for the world. And it appears now that basically Russia has agreed to go back to that deal, which it actually left in 2023. In exchange, it appears that the US has agreed to help Russia basically get some of its food and agricultural and fertilizer exports back onto the world market, and to ease or lift sanctions on specific Russian companies related to food exports and to agricultural exports. That's what the Kremlin is saying, and the US White House statement also suggests that. That, again, is something that was in that deal back in 2022. So while this is significant, it is an agreement between the two to at least limit some types of strikes. In reality, it's still extremely limited. What we're seeing here really is Russia basically agreeing to stop firing missiles at cargo ships in the Black Sea. So as you say, this is still very far from an actual full ceasefire, Diane.
I'm personally ready for this whole war to be over. I'm tired of hearing about it. I feel for the people over in Ukraine. I don't want us to be involved financially as far as manufacturing weapons and giving them to Ukraine. I don't want any of this. Honestly, I am a fan of world peace, and any step in the right direction to actually solve for this and to stop people from losing lives on a daily basis and all of these drone strikes, and more importantly, continuing to enrich people that have no vested interest in whether or not they want to actually get a ceasefire done at all, because weapons manufacturers and all of these defense contractors and all of this stuff, they're the real winners. They're the real winners in this thing. And for everybody that supports and is behind continuing the war and all of this stuff, obviously they've never even watched the Save It Private Ryan movie, because the face of war is ugly. It's terrible. It's 100% terrible.